Hello, today we're talking about Hoopa, the final Psychic-type Pokemon introduced in Gen 6. Also the final Pokemon introduced in Gen 6 to have multiple forms as of the filming of this. Hoopa Confined is the first Psychic Ghost Pokemon. Similarly, Hoopa Unbound is the first Psychic Dark Pokemon. They are also the final Ghost and Dark-type Pokemon introduced in Gen 6 respectively. Hoopa Unbound is also the tallest Gen 6 Pokemon and mythical Pokemon. It's also tied with Mega Gyarados as the tallest Dark-type Pokemon. Its previous PYC dates are February 15th, 1998, December 17th, 2000, October 19th, 2003, August 20th, 2006, June 21st, 2009, April 22nd, 2012, February 22nd, 2015, December 24th, 2017, October 25th, 2020, and August 27th, 2023. I find Hoopa being able to create portals with its rings interesting. I first learned about Hoopa Unbound through Pokemon Shuffle, where it appears in a special stage in that game. It shocked me, as I had no idea that Hoopa had multiple forms, and thought that the rings were its entire gimmick. I find Hoopa Unbound quite terrifying, particularly given that it comes from such a cute Pokemon. Anyway, I most know Hoopa from Hoopa and the Clash of Ages, where promotional art mainly focuses on its confined form, but it appears in its unbound form on the Blu-ray for the XY movie collection. Outside of this, I most know Hoopa Confined from two places. One, Pokemon Cafe Remix, where I know it from the 2025 version of the Mischievous Hoopa event, the app icon from when that event was happening, and two title screens from May and June 2025. Two, I know it from 5 trailers for Legends EA, particularly the Mega Dimension DLC, where it is so prominent that it appears on the cover art. Outside of the two ways I've mentioned that I know Hoopa Unbound, I also know it on the back of the Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon box. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Hoopa. As Hoopa Confined, it's the Mischief Pokemon, and as Hoopa Unbound, it's the Djinn Pokemon. Its number is 0720. This is Hoopa Confined, this is what it looks like. This is Hoopa Unbound, this is what it looks like. Types: as Hoopa Confined, it's Psychic Ghost, and as Hoopa Unbound, it's Psychic Dark. Since this is our first Psychic Ghost Pokemon, point out the Psychic inside and the Ghost outside. Ability: Magician. Gender ratios: gender unknown. Catch rate is 3 or 1.6%. Breeding's egg group: no eggs discovered. Hatch time 120 cycles. Egg not obtainable. As Hoopa Confined, it's 1 foot 8 or 0.5 meters and 19.8 pounds or 9 kilograms. As Hoopa Unbound, it's 21 foot 4 and 6.5 meters and 1,080.3 pounds or 490 kilograms. Basic experience yield is 270, leveling rate is slow. EV yield is 3 and special attack. Shape is that, other forms may have other shapes. Pokedex color is purple and base friendship is 100. Hoopa is a dual-type, Psychic/Ghost mythical Pokemon introduced in Gen 6. While not known to evolve into or from any other Pokemon, Hoopa has an alternate form which it changes into by using the Prison Bottle. Its default form, Hoopa Confined, will then become the dual-type Psychic/Dark Hoopa Unbound. In Gen 6 and 7, Hoopa Unbound will revert into Hoopa Confined, while in the player's party if 3 days have passed since changing to Hoopa Unbound. Other circumstances may also cause it to revert. Hoopa Confined was leaked in the February 2015 issue of Koro Koro magazine on January 10th, 2015, and it was officially revealed on January 14th, 2015. Hoopa Unbound was leaked in the May 2015 issue of Koro Koro on April 13th, 2015, and was officially revealed on April 14th, 2015. Introduced in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Hoopa plays a major role in the Mega Dimension DLC of Pokemon Legends EA. Biology: Hoopa Confined is a light purple Pokemon with a vaguely humanoid appearance. It has green eyes with yellow sclera, a yellow ring marking on its forehead, a small pink dot under each eye, and dark pink hair tied into a short ponytail. On either side of its head is a dark gray horn that curves slightly upward. Its body has a dark pink V-shaped marking on the chest, and a small golden spike on each shoulder. Its arms are not attached to its body, and instead float next to it. Each arm is a small golden spike similar to those on its shoulders. It has mitten-like hands and dark purple rings around each wrist. In place of actual legs, it has a wispy tail. Hoopa has 3 gold rings, a large one around its waist and one hanging freely on each of its horns. In the past, Hoopa's true power is said to have been sealed away in the Prison Bottle for the destruction it used to cause, reducing Hoopa to its smaller, confined form. Opening the bottle grants Hoopa its true form once again, but for only 3 days. days. In Hoopa and the Clash of Ages, the one who sealed Hoopa's power in the prison bottle was a traveler named Gris. Hoopa's rings can open hyperspace holes, which warp space and allow it to transport objects, humans, and Pokemon, including even legendary Pokemon, by passing through them. A ring-shaped portal, probably made by Hoopa. As seen in Hoopa and the Clash of Ages, summoning too many legendaries has the dangerous side effect of creating a space-time distortion that'll destroy the area where they were summoned. As seen in various media, these holes allow it to access other worlds, such as the Distortion World / Reverse World, Dialga's World, Palkia's World, Hyperspace Lumios, and even parallel timelines. With this power, it can cause mischief and take anything it wants for itself. Hoopa is connected to many strange events because of these mysterious powers. It is also said to have the power to bend dimensions. It is heavily implied to be the one causing many of the mirage spots in the Hoenn region, specifically the ones featuring ring-shaped portals. Hoopa is very fond of foods that have holes in them, especially donuts. By consuming certain donuts, such as the various types made by Ansha, it is granted a great surge of power, enabling it to influence both humans and Pokemon in dimensions such as Hyperspace Lumios. One of these influences is allowing Pokemon to be up to level 200 in hyperspace, despite not being able to Mega Evolve. By eating a donut infused with the power of Mega Evolution, Hoopa can have some of the power of its original form awakened. This allows it to do feats seemingly beyond its confined form's power and on par with Mega Evolved Pokemon. Hoopa's lair is rumored to be located inside a hidden desert oasis. Its lair contains many objects and treasures Hoopa obtained over the years, claiming as its own. Hoopa's lair is believed to contain mountains of gold and silver treasures it stole from ancient kings and wealthy land barons. To the present day, no one has ever found Hoopa's lair due to how well hidden it is. Hoopa stores all of its gathered loot in a secret spot only it knows, which appears to be its aforementioned lair. Hoopa can be very vengeful to those who attempt to manipulate it for its unique power. According to one tale, it punished an organization by transporting their individual objects before moving their headquarters to the middle of the desert. This incident terrified the organization to the point of disbanding. Hoopa Confined is the only known Pokemon capable of learning the move Hyperspace Hole. Hoopa summoning multiple legendary Pokemon from its Hyperspace Hole. So you've got Giratina, Kyurem, Kyogre, Groudon, Dialga, and Palkia. Hoopa awakening its true powers by eating a donut infused with Mega Evolution power. So you can see there's Hoopa Unbound in the background. Forms. Hoopa has two forms, Hoopa Confined and Hoopa Unbound. Hoopa Unbound is a large bipedal Pokemon with 6 arms. It is mostly light blue with purple hair. The ponytail on its head is larger and bushier and held in place by 2 golden rings. Its hair now covers its chin, where it forms a pointed beard, and the back of its neck. The horns are less curved and have spiky purple hair around the bases. There are 3 gold rings on each horn, 2 around the base and 1 around the middle. It has yellow eyes, white sclera, a pointed dark gray nose, a small hole inside of the ring marking on its forehead, and prominent fangs in the back of its lower jaw. Similar to Hoopa Confined, its arms are disconnected and floating next to its body instead of a small gold spike. The arms now have large dark gray spikes and appear from holes along the sides of its body. Each arm has 3 fingers with dark gray claws, a gold ring around the wrist, and a gold ring around the base. Several tufts of purple hair surround its torso, and a gold ring encircles a hole in the center of its chest. The hole in its chest is said to lead to another dimension. Another large gold ring encircles its waist, and there are small tufts of hair poking out from underneath it. There's a purple stripe that widens at the knee, down each leg, and 2 gold rings around each ankle. The tips of its feet are gold and curl upward, resembling shoes. Additionally, this form has a tail with a purple stripe along the top and an arrow-shaped tip. Hoopa Unbound is tied with Mega Gyarados as the tallest dark type. Hoopa Unbound's arms stored inside its body. Hoopa Unbound is said to be Hoopa's true form and is said to have a humongous amount of power. Hoopa is at full power in its unbound form. It can increase the size of its 6 rings to grow multiple miles in length. These massive rings are capable of transporting entire islands through its hoops. Hoopa Unbound is capable of bending dimensions on an even more powerful scale. As depicted in Hoopa and the Clash of Ages, it can use its own rage to drive legendary Pokemon berserk. One legend stated that it greedily teleported an entire castle from Kalos 3,000 years ago to obtain a hidden treasure within it. Hoopa can remain in its unbound form for only 3 days until its power is sealed back into the prison bottle, reverting itself to its confined form. Hoopa Unbound is the only known Pokemon capable of learning and using the move Hyperspace Fury. So, Hoopa Confined, Hoopa Unbound. Game data, NPC appearances, Super Mystery Dungeon. Hoopa appears as a special, non-recruitable ally. He is the genie of the Jin's bottle found in Sara Town, and will connect with the player's team upon finding it for the first time. If the player has the Jin's bottle in their bag, they may summon him during an expedition in one of his 2 forms chosen at random, and may also request he use his rings to randomly summon either a connected legendary or mythical Pokemon as an ally for that floor only, a group of wild Pokemon that can appear on that floor or nothing at all. Pokemon Legends EA, Hoopa is a major character in the Mega Dimension DLC. It is a friend of Ancha and helps both her and Team MZ enter Hyperspace Lumios through its hyperspace holes to grant Ancha her dream of finding the legendary Pokemon Rayquaza. Hoopa in Mega Dimension. Pokedex entries in Gen 6X. This troublemaker sends anything and everything to faraway places using its loop, which can warp space. Why? It gathers things it likes and passes them through its loop to teleport them to a secret place. Omega Ruby. In its true form, it possesses a huge amount of power. Legends of its Erevis tell how it once carried off an entire castle to gain the treasure hidden within. Alpha Sapphire. It is said to be able to seize anything it desires with its 6 rings and 6 huge arms. With its power sealed, it is transformed into a much smaller form. In Gen 9, for Hoopa Confined and Legends EA, it uses loops to gather things it likes and takes them to its secret home. It also teleports through a loop. For Hoopa Unbound and Legends EA, this is Hoopa's true form, in which it has regained its sealed powers. The hole in its chest is said to connect to another dimension. Game locations. Side game locations. And events. Held items and events. It has the Focus Sash 100% of the time, and the Smoke Ball also 100% of the time. Stats, base stats. We'll compare Hoopa Confined and Hoopa Unbound, so HP 80, that stays the same. Attack 110, that goes up to 160. Defense 60, that stays the same. Special attack 150, that goes up to 170. Special defense 130, that stays the same. Speed 70, that goes up to 80. So this one has a total of 600, and this one has a total of 630. Type effectiveness, we'll compare Hoopa Confined and Hoopa Unbound. So Hoopa Confined is damaged normally by flying, ground, rock, bug, steel, fire, water, grass, electric, ice, dragon, and fairy. While Hoopa Unbound is damaged normally by normal, fighting, flying, poison, ground, rock, ghost, steel, fire, water, grass, electric, ice, dragon, and dark. The ones that stay between them are flying, ground, rock, steel, fire, water, grass, electric, ice, and dragon. Hoopa Confined is weak to ghost and dark for 4, while Hoopa Unbound is weak to bug for 4 and fairy for double. Hoopa Confined is immune to normal and fighting, while Hoopa Unbound is immune to psychic. Hoopa Confined is resistant to poison and psychic for half, while Hoopa Unbound is resistant to nothing. In the Hoopa Confined box, notes: if Foresight or Odor Sleuth is used by an opponent, the opponent has Scrappy, or this Pokemon is given a ring target. The effectiveness of normal-type moves is 1, so it will go from 0 to 1, and the effectiveness of fighting-type moves is half, so it will go from 0 to half. In the Hoopa Unbound box, notes: if Miracle Eye is used by an opponent, or this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of psychic-type moves is half, so it will go from 0 to half. Learn set by leveling up. For Hoopa Confined in Scarlet and Violet, at 1 it gets Destiny Bond, Ally Switch, and Confusion, 6 Astonish, 10 Trick, 15 Light Screen, 19 Psybeam, 25 Skill Swap, 29 Guard Split and Power Split, 35 Phantom Force, 46 Zen Headbutt, 50 Trick Room and Wonder Room, 55 Shadow Ball, 68 Nasty Plot, 75 Psychic, and 85 Hyperspace Hole. In Legends EA, at 1 it learns Confusion, which boosts at 10, at 15 it learns Light Screen, which boosts at 18. At 19, it learns Psybeam, which boosts at 22. At 22, it learns Knockoff, which boosts at 25. At 35, it learns Phantom Force, which boosts at 38. At 38, it learns Zen Headbutt, which boosts at 41. At 42, it learns Shadow Ball, which boosts at 45. At 45, it learns Nasty Plot, which boosts at 48. At 52, it learns Psychic, which boosts at 55. And at 60, it learns Hyperspace Hole, which boosts at 63. For Hoopa Unbound in Scarlet and Violet, at 1, it learns Destiny Bond, Ally Switch, and Confusion, 6 Astonish, 10 Trick, 15 Light Screen, 19 Psybeam, 25 55 Skill Swap, 29 Guard Split and Power Split, 46 Knockoff, 50 Trick Room and Wonder Room, 55 Dark Pulse, 75 Psychic, and 85 Hyperspace Fury. In Legends ZA, at 1 it learns Confusion, which boosts at 10, at 15 it learns Light Screen, which boosts at 18, at 19 it learns Psybeam, which boosts at 22, at 22 it learns Knockoff, which boosts at 25, at 35 it learns Phantom Force, which boosts at 38, at 38 it learns Zen Headbutt, which boosts at 41, at 42 it learns Shadow Ball, which boosts at 45, at 45 it learns Nasty Plot, which boosts at 48, at 52 it learns Psychic, which boosts at 55, and at 60 it learns Hyperspace Fury, which boosts at 63. By TM, Scarlet and Violet, TM001 Takedown, 6 Scary Face, 7 Protect, 16 Psybeam, 18 Thief, 25 Facade, 32 Swift, 36 Rock Tomb, 43 Fling, 47 Endure, 49 Sunny Day, 50 Rain Dance, 51 Sandstorm, 54 Psy Shock, 58 Brick Break, 59 Zen Headbutt, 62 Foul Play, 67 Fire Punch, 68 Thunder Punch, 69 Ice Punch, 70 Sleep Talk, 73 Drain Punch, 74 Reflect, 75 Light Screen, 81 Grass Knot, 82 Thunder Wave, 85 Rest, 87 Taunt, 94 Dark Pulse, 98 Skill Swap, 102 Gunk Shot, 103 Substitute, 109 Trick, 114 Shadow Ball, 119 Energy Ball, 120 Psychic, 126 Thunderbolt, 129 Calm Mind, 138 Psychic Terrain, 140 Nasty Plot, 151 Phantom Force, 152 Giga Impact, 158 Focus Blast, 161 Trick Room, 163 Hyper Beam, 171 Terra Blast, 178 Gravity, 181 Knockoff, 192 Focus Punch, 199 Lash Out, 203 Psych Up, 217 Future Sight, 218 Expanding Force, 219 Skitter's Back, 221 Throat Chop, and 228 Psychic Noise. In Legends EA, TM003 Psy Shock, 6 Calm Mind, 8 Thunder Wave, 10 Brick Break, 16 Light Screen, 17 Protect, 23 Thunder Punch, 24 Ice Punch, 26 Energy Ball, 27 Swift, 29 Fire Punch, 31 Reflect, 35 Endure, 36 Rock Tomb, 44 Hyper Beam, 45 Knockoff, 55 Giga Impact, 59 Zen Headbutt, 60 Future Sight, 63 Psychic, 67 Thunderbolt, 74 Shadow Ball, 83 Nasty Plot, 85 Substitute, 90 Dark Pulse, 95 Taunt, 97 Heal Block, 100 Gunk Shot, 102 Focus Blast, 109 Facade, 117 Silver Wind, 118 Shadow Punch, 119 Ominous Wind, 124 Psychic Fangs, 127 Dream Eater, 130 Charge Beam, and 131 Drain Punch. By breeding there's nothing, side game data for Hoopa Confined, you got all this. For Hoopa Unbound, you got all this. Form data, Hoopa has 2 forms it can change between using the Prism Bottle, Hoopa Confined, and Hoopa Unbound. Hoopa Confined is Hoopa's default form. When exposed to a Prism Bottle, Hoopa Confined transforms into Hoopa Unbound, which is Psychic/Dark type. Hoopa Unbound was introduced in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Hoopa Unbound will change back into Hoopa Confined after 3 days have passed since using the Prism Bottle. Hoopa also changes back to Hoopa Confined when deposited in a box, Gen 6, when withdrawn from a box, Gen 7, when deposited into the Pokemon Daycare or Pokemon Nursery, or when exposed to the Prison Bottle again. Wait 3 days, deposit in storage, or use Prison Bottle. Hoopa Confined. Prison Bottle. The Prison Bottle changes Hoopa's form for 3 days. Hoopa Unbound. The 2 different forms have different base stats, types, moves they can learn, and cries. Additionally, the move Hyperspace Fury is usable only by Hoopa Unbound or a Pokemon that has transformed into Hoopa Unbound with a Transform or Imposter, and will fail if Hoopa Confined or any other Pokemon attempts to use it. In Gen 9, when Hoopa becomes Hoopa Unbound, Hyperspace Hold is replaced with Hyperspace Fury and vice versa. I've already read all this, so I'm not going to read it again. Evolution data is just Hoopa. Sprites, there's this note. This section is missing 1 or more images. Reason, Gen 9 models, which is just typical. I don't know why this note's here. Gen 6. You've got the models, of course. And pretty much everything is shades of gold, and I think pink eyes, it looks like. And we got Hoopa Unbound and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. And then you got a similar idea. Most of it's like various shades of gold. A little bit of black in there as well. Gen 7, not really much changes. Homes, you get these models. Animation. Hoopa Confined in Pokemon the Series XY. Hoopa Unbound in Pokemon the Series XY. Hoopa Anime is the big one. Got all this. In the manga. Hoopa Confined in Pokemon Adventures. Hoopa Unbound in the movie adaptations. In the TCG, other appearances. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, both Hoopa Confined and Hoopa Unbound appear as spirits. Pokemon Unite, Hoopa is playable through obtaining a Unite license. It is a ranged supporter that's mostly in its confined form, but can temporarily change into its Unbound form after using its Unite move. So Hoopa in Pokemon Unite. Trivia, Hoopa Unbound is the highest base special attack stat of all Dark-type Pokemon. I read the second point in the Gyarados video, but not the sub-point, so I'll read it. It is also the tallest mythical Pokemon. Hoopa is the only Gen 6 Pokemon to have different Pokedex entries between Pokemon X and Y and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Hoopa Unbound is the only Pokemon with a base stat total of 680 that is not a legendary Pokemon. In Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, the mysterious rings in Mirage spots from which Pokemon jump out when interacted with resemble rings used by Hoopa. Hoopa is the only Pokemon from Gen 6 that has yet to be legitimately available shiny in a later Pokemon game. Origin, Hoopa Confined, may be inspired by common depictions of Jinn. The rings around its wrists could have been inspired by the Jinn in the story of Aladdin. Hoopa Unbound could be specifically inspired by Ilfrit, powerful Jinn or demons, which are often depicted as malicious or married evil Jinn or devils, which, according to some stories, do the exact opposite of what they are commanded to do. Its 6 arms may be drawn from certain Hindu deities who were often depicted with multiple arms. It may also be based on the Genganis, who were a tribe of 6-armed giants who fought the Argonauts in Greek mythology. Its tail and horns may also derive from common depictions of demons. The circle motif thus may be inspired by summoning circles. Hoopa's relationship with the prison bottle is similar to the Jinn's with its lamp in traditional Arabian stories, since its full power is sealed within its respective vessel. Hoopa only being able to maintain its unbound state for 3 days parallels the limit to the number of wishes a Jinn can grant to its current master. Both forms of Hoopa could also be partly based on the legend of Nezha, a deity worshipped in Taoism and Chinese folk religion, and commonly referred to as a childish trickster, deity, and a worldly protector. Very much like Hoopa Unbound, Nezha is depicted holding rings, and is sometimes depicted with multiple arms. Hoopa's power may have been inspired by the single-horned Rhinoceros King, a character in the classic Chinese novel Journey to the West, who wielded a golden jade ring that had the power to suck in anything. The true form of the single-horned Rhinoceros King is also revealed to be a heavenly azure bull, which may be referenced by Hoopa's bull-like horns. Name origin, Hoopa may be derived from hoop, may also involve hoopla, something loud, attention-grabbing, and possibly misleading, or oopart, out-of-place artifact. In the languages, got Hoopa Confined, Hoopa Unbound, related articles, references, extra links to the mythical Pokemon. Let's move on. Now let's watch Hoopa's first scene in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching Hoopa and the Clash of Ages. In this film at the very beginning, there's a portal. And there is Hoopa Unbound. I would say that is Hoopa's first scene in the anime. Let's move on. Now let's see by other people of Hoopa. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Hoopa. This is Hoopa and Legendary Pokemon by Battle Series. So you've got Hoopa Confined form in the center here with Hoopa Unbound behind it. And you've got on the left here Giratina, Dialga, Lugia, Reshiram, Primal, Groudon, and Regigigas. On the right, you have Shiny, Mega Rayquaza, Palkia, Zekrom, Latios and Latias, Primal, Kyogre, and Kyurem. Very well done. This is Sitting Cuties, number 0720, 20, Hoopa Unbound by Philb. So, number 0720, Hoopa Unbound, Psychic Dark, Pokemon, copyright Nintendo, wallpaper by Zero Ego. We got the Hoopa Unbound Sitting Cuties plushie on this background. This is Hoopa Ref Sheet by J Law. So we've got this Hoopa reference sheet. This is all AI, or at least partially AI. So Hoopa, the Genie Pokemon, Hoopa Unbound, full power, brash, chaotic, loves a good challenge. Believes he is the business. Type, Psychic Ghost, height 22'4", weight 180.3 pounds. Ability, Magician, Unbound. Unbound abilities, hyper powerful, generates and controls countless rings
opens portals to other dimensions and universes, nearly limitless magical energy, purple, magenta, gray, black, gold, yellow, teal. How Hoopa became confined. Long ago, Hoopa Unbound went around challenging powerful Pokemon for sport. He sought only excitement and to prove he was the business. He eventually met Omega Mewtwo, which is not a real version of Mewtwo. Cold, logical, tyrannical, methodical, Omega sought to prove he was the superior Pokemon. Hoopa challenged Omega. For a lark, they fought, ignoring all rules and etiquette. Omega's strategy and planning overcame Hoopa's chaos. By ancient law, the loser is bound. To the victor, Hoopa lost. Most of his power and body were sealed away, leaving only his confined form. An ancient curse bound Hoopa to Omega Mewtwo in servitude for perpetuity. Hoopa's remaining power allows him to open portals at Omega's command. Hoopa confined, current form, bound to Omega Mewtwo. Most power and mass sealed in the prison bottle. Can still open portals, mischievous, witty, and sarcastic, loyal to Omega, Mewtwo, and Jay. Considers all of Jay's Pokebuddies family, enjoys pranks, travel, and causing harmless chaos. Type Psychic / Ghost. Height 1'8", weight 19.8 pounds, ability Magician, confined. The prison bottle, an indestructible artifact that stole and sealed away most of Hoopa's power and body. It hides itself somewhere random and is extremely difficult to reach. Confined abilities opens portals at will or by command, limited combat ability, minor telekinesis, illusions, small-scale magic tricks, personality expressions confined, cheeky, amused, thoughtful, excited, exasperated, and prankster. Notes: Hoopa views Omega Mewtwo as family now. He obeys Omega out of respect and long-standing bond. Jay adopted him as part of their family. He and Aunt Esme are kindred spirits and love to travel, explore, and spy for fun. This is Hoopa, the Arch-Djinn by Plasma Pony. So I've got this nice image of Hoopa here with a portal in the background. Very well done. This is Greninja versus Hoopa by Hugo B66. So this is AI image of Hoopa Unbound fighting Greninja. Snuggles, number 1 by J Law. Presumably this is Jay and Mewtwo, then Mew. Then Hoopa has like a portal, and like Mew is also watching. Yeah, it's AI. All of it's AI. This is Boundless Wishes, Hoopa and Jirachi by Mr. Jirachi. So it's this AI image of Hoopa Unbound holding Jirachi. This is Braixen and Hoopa by Ruis Adopts, so I guess this fusion between Braixen and Hoopa here. Kind of more magician-esque and like circus performer, I guess. Very well done. This is Sitting Cuties, number 072010, Hoopa Confined by Philb. So, number 0720, Hoopa Confined, Psychic Ghost, Pokemon, copyright Nintendo, wallpaper by Zelo Eco. Got the Sitting Cuties plush of Hoopa Confined on this background. This is Pikachu's Donut Obsession, Part 3 by Puffin Stuffy Ow. I got this AI comic kind of, I don't know, maybe it's all AI, maybe, I don't know. But I got this giant Pikachu. We found you, Pikachu. Ancha and Hoopa. Hoopa and I have made something special. The reverse pink donut. It'll reverse everything. All those other donuts will be undone. And then it throws the Pikachu. Whoosh. Eats it, crunch nom nom, and shrinks. Yeah, shrinks, something. See, all better. My expensive Garmin watch. I don't know, whatever. This is A Whole Lot of Hoopa by Sleepy Sea Lion. So, you've got this Hoopa here, laughing at all the rings that Pop Leo has. Seems to be from 2025. Very well done. This is Unbound Hoopa by G-Bomber. Hoopa number 720, Unbound. So we've got Unbound Hoopa here on this background, representing the Psychic and the Dark type. Very well done. This is Ring Genie's Back by Unkai Laikrai. So we've got this interesting image of Hoopa confined here. Very well done. This is Hoopa and Jirachi 3 by Love Ponies 89. I think we start down here. We've got Jirachi giving this berry to Hoopa, who's holding Togepi. And this one, they're like, someone's crying and saying angry, and then become a Togetic. They're playing with it, or maybe they're re-meeting here, and then, I don't know, it's got the spirit of Hoopa Unbound in it. I don't know what's going on. So I've got this interesting image of this very stylized, slightly more human version of Hoopa confined. There's a Pikachu and Dynamo, and they're all zapping this. I don't know if they're capturing this Pokemon or trying to free it. Screaming out, or I don't know if this is a Pokemon. It might be a fusion, it might be a completely weird, different monster. I don't even know what this is, but very interesting. This is Hoopa by Vivilia. Got this nice image of Hoopa confined here. Looks like it's going through a portal. Very well done. This is Chapter 1, Page 3, Shifted Souls by Team Duskfall. So got this comic here. I'll zoom in so we can see it better. So we got Riolu saying, now that we know who everyone is, where are we again? We got a Hoopa confined, says, Velvet Forest. Mischievous says, and where is that? You don't know? Asks the Hoopa. In the background, we got a Charmander saying, I dare you to eat this leaf. And then the Rowlet says, I don't know. Riolu says, why would we? 1 minute, we were celebrating the woods. Next, we're Pokemon. Charmander. Come on. You're a grass type. It'll be fine. Aren't we in the woods? Asks Hoopa. And then Rowlet takes the leaf. Yeah, but not the same one. Eats leaves. Wait, are you guys humans? Yes, asks this Eevee. Interesting. This is Flower Omega Y by J Law. So you've got this AI image of Mega Mewtwo Y with this flower crown, and presumably J, and Hoopa confined, Excadrill, Mew, Wartortle, and what is apparently supposed to be Heatmore. This is Mega Raichu Y transformation by Lily the Bulbasaur. So we'll zoom in so we can see this a little bit better. We got Hoopa about to throw a ring at this anthropomorphic dog character. Throws it, but it hits the bell, I guess, and it falls through portal, becomes Mega Raichu Y. This is Epic Showdown Omega Mewtwo Shadow Hedgehog by J Law. It's got this another AI image here, so Mewtwo, Shadow the Hedgehog, Omega Mewtwo versus Shadow the Hedgehog, J, and then above him is Hoopa, confined form. Background, we got Wartortle, Excadrill, and what is supposed to be Heatmore. This is Ansha Hoopa by Sam Lone S. Ford. So I've got Ansha here with Hoopa, who has the unbound version within it or something. I'm sure that's what it's trying to represent. Very well done. That seems to be the end of the page of results, so we'll move on.
Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Volcanion. As always, this isn't my proper outfit. You'll see me tomorrow.